The beginning of the story, we see Van and his father Patrick trying to find out the message hidden behind a special kind of code. This code is the secret to reach a treasure, and they found it in a torn page of a diary, due to which Van's friend Riley said that this code will not be found in full, only 1 or 2 words will be found. But when Van and his father thought carefully, they understood that the clue is written Labor Day Lady, which in French language means something like Statue of Liberty. Now there are 3 Statue of Liberty in the world, but when the clue is in French language, first of all they went to see the Statue of Liberty in Paris. Riley examined the Statue of Liberty with the help of a drone, but then the police came to question him. Van distracted them and Riley found something written on the Statue of Liberty. He quickly took a photo and then asked the police to translate it. In these lines, he came to know about the special table of the Queen of England, of which there are only 2 in the world. One of them is in England itself, but the other one was gifted by the Queen to America, which is now present in the White House. But where did this page of the diary come from and how did they get it? The story goes back to tell us this. This is the year 1865. At that time, it had been only 5 days since the Civil War ended in America. One day 2 men named John and Silas came to Thomas Gates. Thomas was an expert in solving the most difficult puzzles. There was a code written in John's diary and he wanted Thomas to find out the truth of this code. Below this code is written a clue to solve it, the debt that every person pays. After that time, Silas told John to finish his important work and he will wait here till then. Maybe Thomas can find out the code. John listened to Silas and went to the Ford Theater building. There he was going to kill President Abraham Lincoln. Everyone was shocked by the news of the gunshot and Thomas came to know that the man in front of him was a traitor. By now, Thomas had also come to know that the code of the diary is the way to reach a treasure, a map. Now he did not want this treasure to fall into the wrong hands. That is why Thomas tore that page of the diary and burnt it. But Silas came to know and he quickly saved this paper before it was burnt and killed Thomas Gates. Many years have passed since this incident and now Thomas's great-grandson Ben Gates was telling the story of his great-grandfather in front of many people so that he is remembered as a patriotic martyr. But a man sitting there said that Ben's story is false and said that Thomas Gates had called Silas and John to him so that they could plot the murder of Abraham Lincoln. And as proof, that man showed that half-burnt piece of paper. Ben was surprised to hear this story and he told that man that I want to get this paper investigated. Actually, this man named Mitch is the great-grandson of Silas and after the investigation it was proved that this piece of paper is the same diary. Ben was still not sure that his great-grandfather had tried to kill the president. That is why he wanted to investigate that piece more thoroughly. Ben and his father Patrick are very upset about this, but the evidence that Mitch has cannot be denied. This whole story of Mitch can tarnish the name of the Gates family. So Ben vowed that he will prove that the code written in that diary was the way to find a treasure. There was no plan to kill the president. Without wasting any time, Ben met his friend Riley who had started writing books. But his book was not selling well. His car was also confiscated by the government because he did not have the money to pay his taxes. Ben asked Riley for help to find the security code of his house because Ben had broken up with his girlfriend Abigail. After which Abigail threw Ben out of the house and changed the code of the house. Now Ben saw an opportunity and stole Abigail's employee card. Abigail held a high position in the museum and with this card he wanted to enter Abigail's office and see the register. But before Ben could finish his work and leave, Abigail came there and caught Ben. On being caught, Ben told Abigail all his problems and told her that he wanted to check the old piece of the diary once. Abigail was angry with him, but still she agreed to help Ben because Ben had said that he can ask for whatever he wants in return. While investigating, they did not see anything at first, but then Abigail saw that some kind of code was written on the back of this paper. Abigail told that tomorrow this piece will be presented in front of the whole world and Van's great-grandfather will also be considered a partner in the conspiracy to murder Abraham Lincoln. Abigail's words proved true the next day when Mitch published the news in the media that Thomas Gates is the mastermind behind the murder of Abraham Lincoln. When this news reached the FBI, Peter, who is Ben's friend, could not believe it. He felt that something is definitely wrong. Why is Mitch making up old things without any reason? After some investigation, it was found out that Mitch buys and sells old things. Peter was shocked to know this, and he started thinking, why did he not sell this paper? Why did he donate it to the museum when he could have got a lot of money for this paper? Peter realizes that this must be a trick by Mitch and that he is after something very valuable. Now the story reaches the same point where it started. I found out the secret behind that code and reached Paris, and then from the Statue of Liberty, I found out about the unique table of the Queen, after which he quickly reached London with Riley. There, Ben's father was attacked and Mitch and his men were behind it. Mitch, seeing the opportunity, made a clone of Ben's father's phone so that he could keep track of everything that Ben was giving to his father. On the other hand, Ben and Riley want to quietly enter Quinn's office and get information about that unique destination. Riley is a great hacker, so he quickly hacked the CCTV cameras and with their help started showing Ben the way. Ben was doing his work when he suddenly found Abigail. Abigail wanted to help Ben in this mission, but instead of taking her help, Ben started making noise there loudly. At first, Abigail could not understand. Ben had also applied some alcohol on his neck and collars so that the guards would arrest him for making noise after drinking alcohol. Something similar happened. The guards arrested him and took him to the room below for questioning. Abigail was also brought here along with Ben. On getting Ben's signal, Riley opened the door of that room. Now Ben and Abigail together set out to find Quinn's office. Both of them somehow found Quinn's office while hiding, and Riley was guiding them with the help of CCTV cameras outside. Finally, both of them found the office. They found a unique desk there on which a secret code was written. As soon as Ben explained the puzzle of this code, he understood that this is not a normal table. This is a kind of safe, after opening which he found a piece of wood on which many signs were made. Ben understood that there is definitely a puzzle hidden in it, so Ben picked up this piece of wood. At that time, the security officer saw that Ben and Abigail were missing from there, and the rest of the officers also started searching for them. Riley saw all this and rang the alarm to distract the guards so that both of them could run away easily. After coming out of the palace, Abigail, Ben and Riley tried to solve this puzzle, but in a few moments Ben saw that Mitch and his men were chasing the three of them. As soon as they came to know, the three ran away from there. Mitch and his men also started chasing them. During this escape, when Ben was about to reach a speed camera in the car, he kept a wooden plank near his mouth and increased the speed of the car so that the photo could be taken because the camera of his phone was not working. Riley also hacked the camera system and took that photo. After this, Ben threw that wooden plank in the water so that Mitch and his men would stop chasing them. Soon Ben went to his father's house so that he could know the meaning of the marks made on the wood using this photo, but even Patrick could not translate it. But Patrick knew who could do this work. Take your mother to your mother. She will find out the secret behind this. Now Ben agreed to go to his mother Emily, but he wanted Patrick to also go with him. But Patrick said that I have not met her for 30 years. But finally Ben convinced Patrick. The next day both of them met Emily, who is a professor in a university. At first Emily's mood got spoiled after seeing Patrick, but then she became a little happy after seeing her son. Emily happily helped Ben to solve this puzzle, but the complete information was not given in this wood. Ben understood that now he would have to find another table which was kept in the White House. Now without wasting time, Ben and Abigail reached directly to the White House where a celebration of something was going on. Abigail knows a man working in the White House who also likes her. His name is Connor. Initially Connor hesitated a bit, but Ben said that we just want to see the president's office. Please show it once. He also said that Abigail wants it very much. Will you refuse her? Poor Connor did not understand what to say. Now when Abigail wanted it, he will have to do it. Connor advised both of them to be a little cautious because no one was allowed to enter the president's office just like that. But as soon as Ben saw that desk, he signaled Abigail, after which Abigail dropped one of her earrings and asked Connor for help in finding it and asked Connor to help him in finding it. Now Ben went near the desk and started solving the puzzle. But when he tried to solve the whole puzzle, he saw that the piece was not there. Someone had already taken it out. Disappointed, Abigail and Ben came out of the White House and told Riley that the wood was not there. Now they started wondering how they would get that wooden plank. Then Riley remembered that the presidents must know about this. Then Riley thought that many presidents use this desk on a daily basis. So this cannot be possible. So this must be the work of some president. And all this must be written in that secret book, which every old president gives to his new president. Now he did not have any way to meet the president. But then Ben thought that I should kidnap the president. The next day, Riley and Patrick booked all the hotels in Washington so that only Vernon Hotel would be available for the president's birthday. That evening, Ben met the president, who already knew him because Ben was a part of the Gates family. Ben knew that the president respected George Washington a lot. So, Ben showed the president a map made by George Washington in which a secret tunnel was shown. Ben told him that this tunnel was very close to here, and in excitement, the president also went with him to see that tunnel. Then Ben and the president went together towards this tunnel. The president ordered the guard to stay outside because he wanted to roam around in peace. Both Ben and the president went out to see this tunnel. Ben locked himself and the president inside without any hindrance. Now, without wasting any time, he asked the president about this book. At first, the president refused to reveal this secret. But when the president saw how much it meant to Ben, he agreed. Finally, the president told Ben that this book is kept in a special section of the library. The president also told him the book number, which is the secret code to find this book. After their conversation, both of them went out. The president told Ben that if you get caught while taking out this book, then I will not protect you in public. So it would be better not to get caught. After this, Ben, Abigail, and Riley reached that library. Since Abigail works here, she knew every inch of it. She went straight to the place told by the president where they would find that book. But the book was not there. Riley thought that maybe someone had taken that book from the library to read. But then Ben found a place to enter the code behind the shelf. And as soon as he entered the number of the book there, that book came out from inside. Then Ben opened the section of the book containing that special table. And there he found the photo of that wooden plank. Ben clicked a photo of it with his camera. As soon as they got the clue, all three of them started to leave from there as quickly as possible. Because now the FBI is searching for Ben. Now Ben suggested that everyone will have to leave separately. While leaving, the police suspected Abigail, but she somehow came out. And soon Ben also came out. Then Mitch also came to know that Ben has got that clue because he had cloned Patrick's phone. So as soon as Ben sent that photo to his father, it reached Mitch as well. Mitch knew that Emily can translate that code, so he quickly reached her. Initially, Emily refused to help him, but then Mitch threatened her by showing her the gun that he will kill both her and her husband. After some time, Patrick will come to you to get this puzzle decoded. You have to give him the wrong clue, right? When Patrick came to Emily, he did what Mitch wanted. But Emily has faith in her son that he will find the clue himself. The next day, Mitch took Emily to Mount Rushmore, because according to the piece of wood, the treasure is somewhere there. But Ben and his friends had already reached there because Ben himself had figured out the puzzle. As soon as Mitch and Ben saw each other, Mitch threatened to kill Emily. On this, Ben said that, "Look, the police is chasing me. If the police comes here, then they will arrest you along with me." On this, Ben said that the last puzzle is still left and you will not be able to find it without my help. Mitch also knew this somewhere, so now he was forced to find the treasure with Ben. After some time, they reached a rocky area. The next riddle was that when it rains out of season, the bird will show you the way. Ben understood the truth of this riddle to some extent, and he told everyone to pour water on these stones. The next clue is hidden somewhere in them. On pouring water, a bird's mark was formed on a stone. There was a little space between the stones where the bird was pointing. As soon as Ben put his hand in this stone and turned it around, suddenly, a small path was formed between the mountains on the other side. Everyone soon reached inside. A few moments after they went inside, the door closed automatically and now all of them were trapped inside. Everyone tried to find a way out, but no one could find the way. Suddenly, the floor below them also started shaking. Pan, Riley, Abigail, and Mitch slipped and fell down. Pan's parents remained on top. Now, even after separating, they were still searching for a way out. Then Abigail saw a staircase nearby. Pan wanted to climb it first, but the ladder was on the Same slippery floor. Pan told all of them to stand in such a way that the ladder would not slip. Mitch was ahead of Pan, so Mitch would go up first. After climbing up, Mitch had to help those three. But Mitch did not come to help. After that, as soon as Abigail started climbing up, suddenly the wooden floor broke, and Riley also quickly climbed the ladder behind Abigail. But Pan remained on the floor. It seemed as if Pan's game was over, but at the right time Mitch helped him. Now the four of them found a room where water collects. After searching a bit, they found out that the next clue is inside the water. To get that clue, they will have to stop the water first. Now, while solving this last clue, when they moved forward, they finally found what they were looking for: an underground city made of gold. At the same time, Pen's parents also reached there. The discovery of this treasure proved that the story of Thomas Gate, that is Payne's great-grandfather, was true, and he did not try to kill Abraham Lincoln. Mitch confessed that this was his plan. He knew that he would not be able to reach the treasure without Payne's help. That is why Mitch decided to tarnish Payne's great-grandfather's name, so that Payne would start searching for this treasure. Well, their happiness did not last long. Water started leaking at that place. If they did not get out of there as soon as possible, they would get stuck and die here. Meanwhile, Patrick and Emily also reached there. Patrick told everyone that the water was flowing downwards. That means they would find a way out from where this water was coming. But as soon as they all moved out, the flow of water became faster. Now the way out was also made in such a way that as soon as he would release the trigger and move forward, the door would suddenly close. That means someone would have to stay there and keep the door open. Now the question was who would stay there. On this, Mitch said that if you promise that my family's name will be mentioned, that they also helped in finding the treasure, then I am ready to make this sacrifice. Mitch said that my family's name is infamous in history for killing Abraham Lincoln. That's why he wanted the Wilkinson family's name to be mentioned in the search for the City of Gold. Ben promised that this would happen and went out with his family and friends. Ben told the police that he had found a huge treasure. But Ben was arrested on the charge of kidnapping the president for a while. After this, Ben was taken to the president. But the president said to Jude that Ben had saved my life from the kidnappers in the tunnel. In this way, Ben was saved from going to jail and was also honored with an award. He saved his great-grandfather's name from being tarnished. Meanwhile, Abigail and Ben also made peace because Abigail believed that Ben understood her very well. When the news broke that Riley had a hand in finding another treasure, his book started selling like hotcakes. Along with that, his Ferrari was also returned to him. If you like the video, then please like and subscribe to the channel.